Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are back in the Wreckfest. We're going to be wrecking, we're going to be festing. Let's go to the tournaments. We got quite a bit here. Welcome Midnight, good to have you here, good to see you, hope you're doing well today. Let's dive right in. Very nice quick race on Eagles Peak Motor Park. I wish they did a lot more like the DLC tracks. They added them into the career mode. I think that'd have been a lot of fun. This would be really good, really enjoyable. Probably increase the game volume just a little bit. There we go. I'm playing a bit of Burnout today. Oh, nice. Which one? I know the Burnout games. I definitely want to try to play some like the really early Burnout games as well. Like the ones before 3, I think would be really fun. Oh yeah, we're absolutely 3. Oh yeah, 3 is good. 3 is a lot of fun. 3 is definitely my favorite of the bunch. I've heard some decent things about 2 as well. But regardless, so I mean, the Burnout games in general are just a lot of fun. That may be the next Monday game, like the first Burnout game may be the next Monday game after Wreckfest. I don't know, there's a lot of things that are kind of in the air right now. There's definitely a lot of things that are just a little bit in the air. Actually, I don't know if I go for 100% in 3. I will say, Burnout, pretty much, I've never 100%ed a Burnout game. At all. I've gotten pretty close. But there's like always 1 or 2 like challenges that just really like frustrate me and get me to the point where I just can't do them. The one was basically the 2 big rig takedowns in Burnout 3, as well as the American tram takedown, the waterfront tram takedown. Those are literally the only 2 things that are keeping me from 100%ing the game. I got you know, all gold medals, all postcards, you know, all of that stuff, all of the crash newspapers. Awesome playing, but not 100% of DS. Nice. And that is one Burnout game I haven't played as well. Post welcome Jordan. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, this one game I haven't played is Legends, as well as Burnout Dominator. Both of those I haven't played. I should probably play Dominator, because they made a PS2 port of it that was surprisingly good, apparently. Right now though, we are festing different demolition smashy crashy game. Dial back the game fine, just a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's do some demolition derby. Let's get a little bit more of the tournament fame points. That's how you unlock some of the quicker vehicles to be competitive in online, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is life. Yeah, let's do this one with the road cutter in the countryside, big field. I do love the color palette of this game. Like they could have easily made it, you know, like kind of like the super, you know, gritty, like everything kind of gray and brown and everything. But it's still like vibrant and colorful, despite having like still like a more like, you know, gritty aesthetic. But like the actual surrounding area is like, you know, absolutely beautiful. I really like it. Legends DS is apparently the worst Burnout game. It has a 38 out of 100 on Metacritic. Okay, wow. That's gonna be a little bit tricky. It's gonna be difficult to kind of enjoy then, maybe. I mean, with the DS as well, there isn't too many good. It's difficult to build a good like handheld racing game, because you usually need semi-powerful consoles to, you know, have all like the, you know, the physics and everything, and to not have the handling be absolute jank. Ironically, one of the best vehicle games. It's super easy, at least that's good. one of the best vehicle games that I've played on the DS is one of the Transformers, the Transformers tie-in games. Those ones were actually really, really cool. Because you could like actually scan vehicles for like the player character. And you can like use the different like vehicle forms and it have like different stats like an RPG. Like you could like, you know, scan like a box truck and he'd have a much heavier form. He'd move a bit slower, but he had like, you know, super heavy weapons and like lots of strength and hit points and everything. Or you can scan a lighter vehicle that's much quicker. And you'd move and be able to climb and everything quicker. And you have like a faster firing weapon. But it, you know, you'd be a lot more fragile, a lot more susceptible to damage and everything. And it was just really, really cool. Because you even had like, you know, the aerial vehicle forms and everything. That'd be a fun game to get working on, like, you know, a DS emulator. Oh, that car has already been wrecked. Whoops. We have lost a modifier. We have lost a multiplier. Ah, now we are stuck. Alright. DS is known for collision physics. So I guess how a series known for collisions translates to DS. Oh, I'd imagine it's absolutely horrible. 100% horrible. I can't imagine. Like I said, I don't know too many good, like specifically racing games on the DS. Like the best like vehicle game that had like, you know, good driving mechanics in it was, like I said, the Transformers tie-in game. And that was actually really good. But even then, it was more so because you had a lot of other stuff in addition to, you know, the driving and everything. Damn it, I didn't know they made the current IVGTC season into its own game. Yeah, this is a recreation of Suzuka. Oh no, what was the one like wet race that like everyone like wrecked out on? Was that Imola? Or was that Snetterton? I'm trying to remember what was like the most recent like wet one that you guys completely like, you know, that you got that like so many people got wrecked out on. It's probably 4.5 out of 10 for me. I don't think it's bad as everyone says. That's the thing. So some games I play and I'm like, I actually really enjoy this. And you look up the score and it's like a 6 out of 10 or like a 5 out of 10. Snetterton was in a wet. Yeah, I remember watching that. That was a lot of off course, a lot of spins and everything. Oh, also Midnight. If you're not familiar, Jordan Snowbranch, he also is a VTuber. He's on Twitch. He does more like sim racing stuff. But you should definitely, if you have time, you should definitely check him out too when he streams. Highly recommend it. I need to catch more of his streams anyway. I've been super busy with like the job switch and everything after layoffs. So it's been a little bit hectic, but you know. Been having fun. Trying to make the best out of it. Alright, that was nice. That was good. Alright, I think we should do another race. Get some more of the fame points. Alright, stiffen that up. We don't want to shorten that. It's a diesel engine. There we go. Yeah. Oh, these trucks. Maybe Wednesday if I'm lucky. I'll have to catch a stream like Wednesday. I do have an in-person interview that day, so depending on the time, I may and may not be able to make it. Oh my gosh, so many trucks. This is definitely too tight a course. That's one thing I've noticed. I've seen though is the European truck races and everything. I've seen a little bit of that on YouTube and everything, and now those things are so cool. Because they're racing on stuff like, you know, Hungaroring and all the other like super tight technical circuits that, like, you know, even Formula 1 cars have difficulty passing on. And they're going side by side through like the S's and all the chicanes and everything. And it's these huge, you know, huge trucks. And it's crazy, you know, the close contact racing. I've been watching a little bit of that recently. And really, really cool. Did my message not pop up? What message? Hang on. Oh, so Miss Umbras, what are your skills and qualities to qualify you for your position? well, Mr. Jordan, I have a background in mechanical engineering. I've got 4 years of CAD design and mechanical engineering experience, including in the aerospace industry. I do have a little bit of experience in both parametric and SolidWorks. Oftentimes, many of the design projects I was designing were like equipment racks for the Department of Defense. Very enjoyable stuff. Very quick learner as well. I went out of college. I did not know anything about parametric. Within 6 months, I was quite proficient with it. I was able to make fairly complex parts and assemblies with it, and I'm definitely sure whatever CAD software we use here, I can learn it very quickly. Whatever needs to be done with whether it's finite element analysis or computational fluid analysis, I can, especially from under senior leadership, I can definitely learn that incredibly quickly. I will need a little bit of training, but I'm more than happy, more than willing, and more than capable of learning. I have done other design projects in the past, including the SAE Baja project, where I created the maintenance schedule and replacement schedule for the bearings inside of the gearbox itself when they would need to be replaced at intervals, given heavy usage and hard, incredibly dusty, incredibly dirty terrain, all of that. So I do have some experience as well with actual service engineering as well. Ooh, very sketchy there. Very slidey. Whew. Yeah, I've definitely been practicing interview. Definitely been trying to, freshen up my skills and whatever I've kind of been neglecting a little bit. Been going over a lot of like my material specifications, because I've definitely been neglecting that, as well as going over more of like the finite element analysis stuff, and beam deflection and axle, stress strain, Young's modulus of elasticity, all of that stuff. Want to hear something insulting about Burnout? Sure, let's hear it. Like I said, I enjoy Burnout, but it's definitely, it's not necessarily like my favorite game. It's an enjoyable game series. But of the two, I definitely prefer the Need for Speed series over Burnout. Oh, we got the monster beetle. Alright, minor collision. We need to wreck as many vehicles as possible though. There we go, that's one. That's a heavier car though, right there. Burnout Legends on DS is the only Burnout game we can choose the number of laps in a race. What? Wait, really? Oh my gosh. That's silly. You think like, a game built around sort of the freedom to crash and race how you please. They would give you freedom to kind of, set up the races however you want. When I got for my first job interview around 2 years ago, they said to give me the job. There was one problem, so I'm like, what was the problem? Yeah, I definitely know, like, the interview process in general is very hectic. Bonk. Get another one down. Another one bites the bus. It's always like super stressful going, like no matter how many times you do it, like job interviews in general, like you prepare for them, and it's genuinely it's terrifying. But you still gotta push through it regardless, because everyone else in your position is also just as terrified, if not more terrified. So So we're definitely well into the golds for this. There was a new shop, but sadly they were looking for part-time employees, so he's looking for full-time. Oh, that is the worst. Trying to get full-time work as well, because that has better pay, benefits, and all that stuff. Ah, yeah, no, getting full-time work, especially like out of college, that was so tough. My first job out of college was a job at an auto supply store, the one that doesn't have a really cool jingle that begins with the letter A. And yeah, no, even then, like, it was still kind of a little bit stressful. I'm like, hey, you come out of college, you're like, okay, I'm ready to take on the world. I'm ready to be an engineer and everything. and then life kind of smacks you in the face and goes, no, you still need to kind of earn your dues and everything. So for a little while, I was working part-time at an auto parts store. A lot of interesting, really cool customers. Really fun stories from some of those, though. Like, I definitely had the one guy who thought I was a demon, which was a little bit interesting. Sadly, not autos. No, it was a different auto parts store. But yeah, no, it was. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely enjoyed my time there. Learned a lot as well. Learned how to kind of be. It was definitely a humbling experience. Because you deal with people that are having really good days, really bad days from all walks of life. So I definitely recommend, if possible, anyone at least get a couple months experience working in retail, because it is it's definitely helps you deal with like a lot of like people and everything that are far above you on the social scale. Let's reduce the stiffness just a little bit. There we go. But this is sometimes really cool because you get to see some of the especially some of like the regular customers that had like their project cars and everything. Like there was one guy that was working on restoring this older second generation Jetta, and he'd bring that in and he kind of like show the especially on like the slower days. Because he tried to come in on like slower days because he enjoyed kind of like talking about the build and everything. And he'd show it to us. So it was usually on like Wednesdays that he'd come in, and it was oh my gosh, the car itself was gorgeous. It was this like dark maroon color with this like tan interior, and he had it on like the airbag system as well. And for like minor parts or replacement parts and everything, he'd get it ordered either through us or from Rock Auto, I think it was that website. But he tried to go through us first because he's like, I like, he's an older guy. He's like, I like to put in the brick and mortar stores. Plus it's fun to just kind of talk cars with you guys as well. But he'd bring that in, and you got to kind of see it gradually progress into like an actual build and everything. And it was a lot of fun. I think my own place I could stream more, but like money really makes that impossible, sadly. Yeah, no, it's getting. I'm not sure how the housing market is over in Scotland, but when I was getting my first house here, I was working at the military base as a CAD drafter and everything, and it was even working full time, decent-ish pay and everything. It was we were cutting it close, trying to save up money for getting the down payment and everything. Cause it was right during the the pandemic when the interest rates were like super low. So everyone was selling their houses for like a lot, like 10-15% more than what they normally go for. And my wife and I were trying to get married and everything, plan honeymoon. It was a little bit hectic, but we made it work. We saved up, kind of, I had to kind of go for a little bit less luxuries and all that stuff, but it was still still a lot of we managed to make it work. We got it going. But it was definitely a little bit touch and go for a little while there. Thankfully nowadays, one thing I highly recommend is when you do get that full-time job and everything, just talking from experience, I highly recommend always have an emergency fund if you can. Like, just, you know, a couple, you know, $50 to $100 every month. Just put it in the emergency fund, or more if you can. Because if something happens, you know, vehicle breaks down, you know, natural disaster, anything like that. Sure, insurance helps out a lot, but just any issues you have, it is good. It is good to have a little bit of extra savings to fall back on. Definitely don't spend it all in one go. Even if it means, you know, living a little bit more modest lifestyle and everything, highly recommend doing that. 100%. Oh my gosh, this car is so good though. It just grips the road. I do like the fact that the cars become progressively dirtier as well as you're driving in the dirt and everything. You can kind of just see the accumulation of the buildup and everything. That's one thing I always liked about like the older and even modern rally games as well, is seeing just how filthy the cars get as they're being driven. It's just something that's super cool, especially if like you can do like a low or a no damage run. The car itself is still mostly in good condition, but it's just absolutely covered in filth, and it's just really cool to see. Like right now, especially on the tarmac, this thing is super quick, based off of the Group S prototype for the MR2. Group S or Group B, I forget which one. That Toyota made, very similar to that. So it's definitely a little bit of a decommissioned rally car. Very cool though. Just gradually just shredding through the dirt though. A lot of fun getting it sideways. Oh, look at the mud splatter and dirt splatter as well on the side. That is super cool. I definitely next race I'm gonna switch to a different vehicle, just so we can drive a good variety of Class A cars on the dirt. And so as well that I can continue to kind of like test my driving skills, continue to kind of, you know, work on all that. And also I want to get a good, I don't want to just only drive like one vehicle all the way through. I want to have a good variety of cars going through this, because this is a game, especially when you have the DLC for it, it definitely encourages having a decent variety of vehicles for different events. And even the base game without DLC encourages that, with like different events having different requirements and everything, which is super cool. That's one thing I love to see for like the newer Need for Speed games, for their online modes, because with them you always have like a meta vehicle, or at least like a small selection of meta vehicles and meta tunes and everything, right? In, you know, 2015 Payback and Heat, it was the, you know, the old 1973 Porsche 911, you know, the Porsche, you know, 911 RS, with a few others in there. What I'd love to see is more kind of like regulation, like maybe for like some of like the do something almost like what Gran Turismo did for sport, where have like you have the daily regulations, you know, weekly, like some weekly races that change. Like one week could be like SUVs only, or another week could be like, you know, British vehicles only. Another one, it could be like, you know, naturally aspirated vehicles. Can't wait for the break after this season. Every GTC second year project I could do. Oh, what's the project? Definitely looking forward to seeing it, regardless of what it is. What's the project? Super hyped for that. Ooh, we're about a week of retro games. Heck yeah. You should do it. You should do it like, I'm not sure when the break is for IVGTC. I haven't necessarily been keeping up on the schedule itself as much as, you know, popping by a couple of different like the streams and stuff here and there. Whenever I can. Saturday's a little bit hectic. Every day I stream a different retro game for 7 days straight. Nice. So with that one, I'd imagine then longer, like longer like RPGs and stuff would be a little bit off the table. Because RPGs especially, they take a little bit to kind of like, you know, get set up and, you know, get into the story and everything. Something more so like, you know, like the platformer games or like, you know, retro racing games. That's still really, really cool. Any particulars that you're thinking of? With regards to racing games, I definitely have a few recommendations if you're looking for like the PS2 era games. Those are you know, 'cause I love the PS2 racers. That's why I like Wreckfest so much. It feels it's like basically a modern take on like the older classic racing games. Yeah, one RPG would take 7 days. Yeah, it would take a very, very long time. Also, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Gabriel. Hope you're doing well today. It's a game I saw a friend of mine stream last week too, called Cherokee Road Trip. It'll be fun. Oh, Churro! Yes! 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 Cherokee! 100%. Personally, I'm not sure what it's called in the PAL region. Here in the States, it was just called Cherokee. But I know the Japanese version is Cherokee HG4, a high grade 4. That one is my personal favorite of the Cherokee series. But all of them are super, super, really, really cool. It's basically a racing RPG where you get to kind of like, you know, get upgrades and like cool equipment for your character. And your character's, you know, a tripified talking car. Yes, highly recommend it. So good. Definitely an underrated series, and I'd love to see, you know, a remake of that. Or something similar to that, like, you know, re-released on like Steam or something, because it was such a cool concept. You know, you have like the arcade racing and everything, but you also have like, you know, like a story mode and like a little bit of exploration and stuff. Like, it was so cool, and mini games as well. Definitely really, really cool. Highly recommend that one. Another one I recommend a lot. That I definitely think is very, very underrated is Juiced. The first Juiced game. I highly recommend that one as well. That one is really, really, really good. I think they still make Cherokee, so it'd be fun to see Monster thing. Yeah, they still make the toys. I think they're called penny racers here in the States as well. We get them a little bit, and yeah, it's very. They're kind of cool. You put like a coin in the back, like a quarter or like a $50 in the back, and you can pull them back, and they can do like wheelies and stuff like that, and it's very, very, very cool. Definitely like it a lot. I definitely would love to see like a modern interpretation of that. But yeah, the other game I recommend is Juiced as well. It's basically, the best way to describe Juiced is the super open-ended career system of enthusiast mixed with the customization of Need for Speed Underground, mixed with kind of the crew racing of Need for Speed Carbon. It's probably the best way to describe it. And I definitely recommend the first Juice game as well. Really, really cool. That one had an absolutely banger, unfortunately licensed soundtrack, but an absolutely banger soundtrack, having a lot of like 90s like electronica and hip hop and everything, and early 2000s stuff as well. They're kind of like Japanese Micro Machines. Yes, yeah, they are. The Micro Machines games, I've not played too many of them. But AG Radium, he likes the Micro Machines games as well. I think half of them crashed there. Yeah, we're definitely avoiding a lot of carnage right there. This track, both the Boulder Bank shorts and the Boulder Bank long circuits have cause a lot of issues with the AI. They definitely can't really handle the high speeds and the jumps with those high speeds. Frequently, for longer races on the full circuit, you'll see pretty much everyone wrecking out. You'll maybe see like 5 racers, including a self-finish at most. and it just gets, you know, more and more chaotic the more people wreck as well, because their vehicles their vehicles litter the track. You just see a car crash behind me in the third person perspective. That was great. That was really good. Oh, first place wrecked. I think must have gotten hit by at the crossover. Yeah, they definitely got hit at the crossover. Oh man, I feel like one of those like proto NASCAR drivers in, you know, the Ford Deuce Coupe. You know, on like heavily modified Ford Deuce Coupe, racing off road. I feel like I'm a rum runner, a moonshine runner. It's definitely really, because that's kind of how NASCAR got started. Is basically during the Prohibition era. You had a whole bunch of people, you know, heavily modifying their cars so that they can outrun, you know, police vehicles and everything. And with like upgraded suspension, so they can put a whole bunch of, you know, the product in the trunk and everything without, you know, the suspension bottoming out on like the off roads and everything. And when Prohibition ended, oh my gosh, it's getting a little bit hectic here. When Prohibition ended, they were like, well, we have these modified vehicles. What are we gonna do with them? And so basically, kind of started, you know, doing like individual races and stuff on, like, you know, the old like horse racing tracks, and gradually kind of converting them into auto racing tracks and everything. But even then, it was a little bit sus, a little bit sketchy, because you sometimes have very unscrupulous track owners that wouldn't pay drivers and everything. So basically during like the 50s, yeah, I believe like the 50s, you had a meeting down in Daytona. I forget what hotel it was, but it was a meeting down in Daytona. And it was a combination of racing drivers, track owners, and businessmen. And they basically kind of created like the creation of NASCAR. And it kind of became, you know, the big sport. You eventually kind of got manufacturing involvement in the stock, strictly stock division, street stock division, something like that. Strictly stock, I believe. You also had the modified vehicles, which are basically the old, you know, Ford Deuce Coupes and everything that were modified during like the Prohibition era. And both of them, you know, got modified, and stock cars kind of got their start very, very early on. And have kind of diverged a little bit, kind of got a little bit separated. But both of them are, you know, absolute, you know, iconic parts of American motorsports. And then of course you have the dirt modifieds and dirt late models as well. And those are a little bit different, but still really, really cool to watch. Highly recommend, if you haven't already, go to a dirt track event. Go to a local dirt track event. Those are a lot of fun. So much fun to watch. Oh, come on, I need MJ Kelly. I need MJ Kelly to wreck the vehicle, because right now they are steadily pulling away. I need them to do just a little bit better, a little bit worse. I need myself to do a little bit better. Come on, have him get taken out. Have him wreck something, please. I'm hoping that the jump here causes some issues. There we go. Big heavy hit there. Let's just avoid any major collisions, any major mistakes now. Man, this car is super slidey on the dirt though. Very tricky to control. I gotta lift off just a little bit here. Alright, Blasted Lamb just behind us, but we should be able to win it. Yes, victory. Nice. Big mistake. I took a sip of moonshine to the finish line. Exactly. He didn't necessarily filter the moonshine properly as well. So he drank some of the other alcohol that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to kind of filter out. And he went blind there. Oh no. Let's get a different vehicle now. Let's get the trophy runner. This will be a fun one for the Savalax sandpit. Yeah, he clipped the wall there just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, not the bathtub gin. Yes, the bathtub gin. Yeah, there we go. This is a cool one as well, the trophy truck. Not necessarily as good as an A-class vehicle. It's usually better used in like the C-class events. Is there the grip from the forward drive? It doesn't necessarily go as fast on the high speed corners to have the understeer caused by the high center of gravity. And the forward drive grip really allows it to really kind of pull on like heavy inclines and push through a lot of opponents despite the weaker engine. This is definitely better used as a C-class vehicle, but we got it as an A-class car. Okay. That happened. We got taken for a ride there. I can show you the world. Sparkling, shimmering, smashing. Gosh, I love the chaos that happens. Like, the opponents aren't just allowed to get you. Like, they wreck themselves, they make mistakes. You can kind of pressure them going into corners. It definitely kind of makes the races very lively, especially as you're trying to come back from a late or an early mistake. You're trying to work your way back up through the field. Suspension might be a tad too soft. A little bit, yeah. I didn't want it to bottom out as much going through some of these bumps. But yeah, the suspension is definitely a little bit on the softer side. Whee! Alright, got a Volvo wagon in front of us. Let's try to get up front with that. Maybe. Oh boy, a little bit squirrely. Just a little bit squirrely. That's alright. We have plenty of time, and we're steadily catching up, Totoro. My neighbor Totoro. I love a nice Studio Ghibli reference. Oh, Totoro's going bye-bye. Bye-bye, Totoro. Alright, so now we have a decent lead. Let's try to get back up. Let's try to make sure we keep it. I know MJ Kelly is right behind us as well. And that's he's definitely one of the quicker ones on some of the rougher courses. Because he's got a larger full-size American car. And those can usually handle a lot more of the bumps and the rougher terrain. Full-size vehicles and wagons are usually better suited for like the off-road, and this technically counts as a wagon. But those definitely are much better suited for like the super bumpy, super rough courses. This is nice. All right. Easy coming through the corners. Oh gosh, we have pulled a Totoro. We've gotten just a little bit loose there. Went a little bit wide. Alright, thankfully the forward drive really kind of helps you pull out of the slides. That's very, very, very useful. So you can kind of trail brake a little bit going to the corners, lock up the rears, get it sideways, and then get on the throttle as early as possible to really kind of pull out of that. This one's a bit tricky to control though. Definitely much more tricky compared to the Raiden RS. Very dicey. Alright, Brother Tyrone is way over there. But they did hit me pretty hard, so they're gonna be considered a rival still, for at least the remainder of this race. That's what's gonna be kinda cool though, is if the grudges and rivalries and stuff like that continue throughout an entire like championship. That'd be really, really cool. Especially because like for some of the shorter races and the heat races and stuff like that, they're over quite quickly. So you don't necessarily get the time to kind of get the payback and everything, despite the fact that they're, their vehicles stay the same. So that'd be really cool to have, the vehicles themselves be, or the other racers continue like the rivalry throughout the entire championship. And then if you do like another one, like it'll reset and stuff like that. So it's not like throughout the entire career. Definitely throughout that championship, it gets, if oh gosh, that's gonna be difficult. This is gonna be difficult to make up now. Oh boy. Easy through here. Alright. First is only 6 seconds ahead. And hopefully they make some mistakes going through this tight left-hander. They definitely did a little bit there. They dropped an entire 3 seconds. That's one thing as well. These races are very, with these vehicles being very kind of sloppy in their handling. Not in a bad way, but just like, very kind of soft in the suspension, very, low grip, high power. It gets very swingy. One mistake is very costly, and you can definitely have issues. Your opponents can also have issues. So it's all about being a very consistent, very smooth driver more than anything else. And also knowing when to attack, when to defend, when to push, when to kind of hold your position and everything. And that's very, very cool. It's almost a strategy game at, 80 miles an hour. And have a rivalry level at level 3 is like 0 sponsorship. Yeah, that'd be cool too. Like the more you guys like wreck each other and stuff like that during the championship, like the more they will try to like wreck you and vice versa and everything. I think that would be really, really cool to have. Unfortunately, like early on, the races themselves are too short for the rivalry to really be meaningful. You can do stuff like that though. That's fun. Twice it didn't count as a crash out though, considering I just basically put them right into a telephone pole. But yeah, like, more and more contact between you and your rival gradually increases the rivalry level until you guys are like constantly like fighting it out. I think that would be really, really cool. It also kind of gives a little bit more of the idea of, do you want to really kind of push? Do you really want to, anger your opponents? Do you want to drive clean? When do you want to do it? Do you want to save your aggression for the later races in the championship? Or do you want to dump someone early to get the early championship points lead? Definitely adds a bit more of like the strategy to it. Soul of car number 12 is your rival now. Yeah, exactly. I always kind of like a rivalry or like a nemesis system in racing games. So not everyone does it really well. There was one racing game for the PS2 called Total Immersion Racing that I thought was really, really cool because rivalries carried over between multiple different seasons as well. And so like if you anger, and you're doing like multi-class racing as well, so you had like the prototypes, the GTS cars and the GT cars on the track. And so if you got in the way of someone in like a higher class or whatever, and you were working your way up in the career to like the higher class, like the next round, they would remember it as well, and that's really really cool. So you had to really be careful about, you know, who you mess with on track, who you race clean with, who you kind of angered and stuff. And it was super cool. I definitely like that game quite a bit. It's a shame it didn't get a sequel as well, because it had some really cool, really rare vehicles. It's one of the few racing games that had the noble M600, and I also had the Quiet Life. Basically, the supercar built by the British Transmission Company. They basically built their own like supercar and race car for British GT at the time, and that was featured in the game. You had some like GT 300 class cars in the GTS class, as well as, you know, the Panos, Esperante. Like, you had a lot of really deep cuts in the racing world. You know, the Lister Storm. Some really cool prototypes as well. So you even had like the Lister LMP1, which didn't have too much success, but was still, you know, fairly quick during like qualifying, and was a very, you know, had a really cool history. Or even the Panos LMP1 as well. That was also featured in the game. Oh gosh, very dicey here. Yeah, the Bandit Ripper is definitely a very high-powered rear-wheel drive car. It gets very sideways if you get on the throttle too much. I wish ACC had old GT1 and GT2 cars in future DLC. Yes. Like, I know technically we have the GTR games that are still available on Steam, but like it'd be cool to have like modern like online racing with like the modern like physics engine and everything, modern graphics with like the classic GT cars. I would love to see that. At the very least, get like the classic or like early 2000s or early to mid 2000s GT1 with the Aston Martin DBR9, the Corvette C6R. All of that stuff for the GT1 class, because that would be really fun. Gran Turismo has some of those vehicles, but they're kind of all relegated to the group like the GT3 class. So you can have, it's weird. You have, you know, the Toyota Supra, the GT500 Toyota Supra versus an Aston Martin DBR9. Versus the, you know, a modern, you know, Mazda Vision Gran Turismo Group 3 concept car. And they're all on the same track, and it's a little bit disjointed. And I wish there was a bit more, like, categories and stuff like that, and they'd use more of those categories as well. Like the older Gran Turismo games would. Oh yeah, the green DBR9 is so pretty. I love the one in the Golf livery. The Golf livery one is absolutely beautiful. But I mean, I'm a sucker for the classic liveries, the Golf livery, the Martini livery, the Toyota Castro livery as well. All of those, absolutely beautiful. You know, even the Marlboro, even though I never would touch a cigarette in my entire life, the Marlboro livery itself is just super cool. All of those are just very cool liveries. Just the classic. I don't know. It's the simplicity and the bright colors of them that really kind of make them memorable. It's like the Mazda 787B. You wouldn't think, you know, green and orange would work, but it looks so good on the car, and it's just instantaneously recognizable. Martini livery is perfection. Yes, the Martini livery is so good. I kind of wish Williams would have go with the Martini. Obviously, you know, Martini isn't a sponsor of Williams anymore. But I love the Martini livery on the Williams cars of the mid 2010s. Those things look absolutely gorgeous. Have you seen the new Twitter banner? I have. It looks really good with the Golf blue coloring. Very nice. That is super cool. Maybe find a way to put, like, you know, some slight orange accents here and there in there. just to really kind of, you know, make it, you know, obvious that, yes, this is indeed a reference to the Golf livery. But yeah, no, those are super, super cool. I'll walk around a Valvoline over there that looks like martinis. Oh yeah, like the old Ford Focus rally car. Those ones, those were really, really cool looking. Yeah, it's definitely like I enjoy the simple designs more than like the super busy liveries more than anything else, because it's much easier to kind of memorize and it just sticks with you. Like nowadays modern livery is just a little bit too busy, but the simplicity of them is just super nice. Though I guess with the simple liveries, it's much more difficult to make it flow with the, you know, the shape of more the more oh gosh, the more complex geometric shape of the modern racing vehicles could be a potential reason why they're the more difficult. Pink Porsches, those are so memorable. Yeah, that's a design of an example of a busy livery that works pretty good. Try out the orange, but I think it'll look nice, sadly. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be difficult. Maybe if you did like an outline. So you have, so right now you have like the blue with like the white letters. Maybe if you did like a light, like a super thin orange outline of like the letters and numbers in like the bright Golf orange could potentially work. Maybe, but I'm kind of spitballing here. Regardless, so it's really cool. Yeah, the pink Porsches. I mean, Porsches in general, like there's so many that have really good liveries. You know, even the simplest, the super simple GTLM or the GTE Porsches with the white and black kind of two-tone and the orange central stripe, like those are super memorable now as well. Watching them race in IMSA with the, you know, the Hertz sponsorships and everything, and those are really good. Or you know, like I said, just simple liveries work really well. Or for example, the Corvette yellow, white, and black tritone of the early 2000s, though that was absolutely beautiful as well. Funnily enough, I made it the wrong size, so I had to make it bigger. So I added my Twitch link to the bottom right. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely good to get people watching and everything like that. Plus, I mean, the banner itself is very, you know, very pretty, very soothing, but also eye-catching as well. I definitely think you did a good job on that. Oh man, these a little bit dicey through here. Oh boy, collision. That's one down. Yeah, so this is the longer version of the backwards racetrack, and this one with all the crossovers and all the really high speed sections. We're not gonna see too many drivers finishing this race. With it being a full 6 laps, this is definitely gonna be a race of attrition. I don't have any concern about Charlie Frogs being in the front. But I do have concern about this pack of cars. I had to slow down just a little bit there, get off the throttle just a little bit, because otherwise I would have been T-boned, and getting damaged that early in the race is definitely going to be a little bit tricky. Oh gosh, understeer. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, that was a mistake. That corner always shuts me out just a little bit, because I get a little bit too aggressive when they're trying to go a little bit too quick, and then all of a sudden it tightens up out of nowhere. So there we go, it's definitely going to cost us a little bit of time. Although it looks like Albie and Jolly Fans had some issues there in that corner. They went wide, had some collisions with the trees. That's going to definitely... Jeez. Okay, no one is having a good race right now. Nobody's having a good race. Everyone's having difficulty. The cars are a little bit too quick for this track. So you get to have some really very, very interesting, very heavy collisions with the walls and other vehicles. Gotta be careful though. We already have some serious damage to our suspension. And that's gonna definitely affect us over the bumps. Some engine damage too, but I don't care as much about that. Going a little bit slower on the straights is probably a benefit on this track. So to help us avoid heavy collisions at high speed. I'm a little bit worried about Albie though. They're in a fairly lightweight, very small car. But they're also near full health. So I may have to bully them for a little bit. Maybe cause some minor collisions with the surrounding area. Maybe. If I can get them spun around. A little bit of a dive bomb here on the corner. Push them just a little bit wide. There we go. Ooh, we even got a wrecking assist. Someone else has bit the dust. And as you can see, their vehicles will gradually just kind of pile up on and off the track. And so you got to watch that as well, because if you hit them, you will do some serious damage to your vehicle. You go a little bit too fast to some of these corners, and you'll run wide and hit a tree or something else very, very solid. This is definitely not a safe track. This is definitely would not be an FIA grade anything. FIA would take a look at this and go, nope, nope, nope. I forbid you from racing here. That's part of the fun. That's part of the charm. You get to really kind of have some of these dangerous tracks where people get absolutely wrecked. You get to see everyone just barely holding on as best as possible. And it is a lot of fun. Definitely had too early of an apex here. I do like how detailed the vehicles themselves are though. Like the engine itself is very, very, very detailed. You can see, the brake servo and everything in there. And granted, the engine itself gets strangely deformed with the rest of the vehicle, so it's one kind of singular body. But it kind of adds to a little bit of the absurdity, as well as your vehicle just gets more and more damaged. You see the engine get kind of pushed back into like the firewall and everything. Alright, a little bit of a Scandinavian flick here. There we go. Ran just a little bit too close to the inside because the suspension, the car itself is not handling well at all. Oh my word, okay. So nearly over half of the field is gone completely. That's another one. And then there were 9. Oh, that's gonna cause some issues there at that just after the junction as well. There's gonna be some major collisions. You're gonna see probably another rival wreck here in the next like 10 seconds. I can see it coming. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. And there we go. 2 more down. Now there was 7. Jeez. There's gonna be too many more. There's gonna be too many more that are gonna be surviving. They're gonna be dropping like flies here in the next lap or so, because a lot of them are on their last legs. I'd be surprised if there's 3 left after this lap. It's gonna be a little bit interesting. Because with more of these drivers getting wrecked and everything, their vehicle is literally the side of the track. It's just another solid thing to crash into. And man, this is gonna get really sus, very sketchy, very quickly. Lakers and Nuggets are playing right now. Lakers are up 73-58. Oh wow. Okay, Lakers are definitely making a big comeback. Jeez. Here's hoping the Nuggets can win though. That'd be nice. Oh, that's another one down. Okay, we got 4 others still on the track with us. Not gonna be too many left. I kind of want to slow down just so I have a chance to maybe be the last person standing. Still though, even if the Lakers win this game though, they gotta win, you know, three more. So they basically need to have like a perfect comeback, and I highly doubt that's gonna be the case. The Lakers managed to win this in 7. I'll be convinced the NBA is rigged. It would definitely be very. I mean, that's never. If memory serves correctly, that's never been done before. So that'll definitely be very interesting if that does happen. It'll definitely be a historical first, regardless of whether or not it was rigged or not. Yeah, definitely very sus if it does happen. All right, what else should we do? Ooh. We should do... Yes. Do the big rig race. Optimum Pride. Ooh, Yes, and we're gonna absolutely smash everything up with her truck. This should be fun. I gotta wreck at least 5 opponents. Short gear ratio. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky though, because the truck itself is a little bit fragile. So we can't, it's heavy, but head-on collisions do damage it quite a bit. So we definitely need to focus more so on side impact collisions and rolling opponents, because head-on collisions definitely need to be avoided. Definitely want to try to keep kind of rolling opponents over. Go after, you know, the turtle, what I call turtle opponents, because basically they're kind of, they're on their backs, they're kind of helpless, and you want to kind of make them even more helpless, that another rival can do more damage to them. Yeah, it's 1 down. So highly doubt that like this will come back. Now with 38 mana in this. Someone's only reliable 50% of the time can do it. I mean, it'd be very difficult. I never say anything is impossible, because I have seen some very strange stuff happen in my time, both in motorsport and in just general stuff. But yeah, it'd be very difficult to make a comeback. I mean, you only need to look at the Yankees choking in 2004, 2005. For the World Series, to see that the comebacks can indeed be made. So you definitely never say never, but at the same time, it is going to be very tricky. There, that's another one down. Just remember this PS2 game, this track mix called Crash and Burn. Oh yeah, I've never played that, but a friend of mine had that. I've never. How is it? Is it a good game? I may have to see if I can't pick it up. Also, if you haven't, I highly recommend you play the flat out games as well, or specifically 1 and 2. 3 and 4 aren't that great, but 1 and 2 were made by the same developers as this game here, Wreckfest. All of them are made by the same developers, Bugbear. And it's, you know, got that kind of high intensity collisions, you know, demolition derby style racing, and all of them were a lot. Both of them, 1 and 2, were a lot of fun. There we go. We have 13 wrecked. We got to be careful though. The front wheels are about to fall off. They got a little bit more collision. Yes, yeah, so that's the thing as well. Like the multiplayer in a lot of these like demolition racers is really enjoyable. because you can kind of it's less serious. You can kind of fool around. Wrecking each other is kind of part of the experience, so you can really kind of have fun with your friends or just randoms online and stuff like that. And as long as they're not being like absolute tools, like you can have it's a very fun experience. I remember liking the online of this game a lot as well. I wonder how populated the online is for the main for the PC version. Don't know why I was having a mind blank there. Oh yes, we can win the Venom. I think that'd be a very cool vehicle to have. Let's get the Venom. The 4-speed transmission. We want to make sure that this is all nice and good. And this thing sounds gorgeous as well. Just the difference between this one and the Super Venom is this one is a little bit less powerful, a little bit less durable, and it only has a 4-speed transmission instead of a 6-speed. But it is still incredibly quick, going through all the corners and everything. Very good handling, very good acceleration, good top speed as well. Okay, decent top speed. We have to be very careful when setting its gear ratios, because otherwise you can end up with not enough acceleration or not enough top speed for the course you're on. It's very swingy in that regards. Whew, there we go. Nice and close going through there. Alright, figure it's time. Nice. I think I like this more than a real C3 Corvette. That's the thing. I do like the different like modifications and like the derby style like vibes of the vehicles. Like even vehicles that wouldn't necessarily fit like in a real life demolition derby. They fit within the game because like, they're styled in such a way that they look believable within the game's world itself. Like every vehicle is beaten and kind of busted a little bit, is a bit broken down, is covered in all kinds of very crude paint. Like it just goes with the aesthetics, and it's fun. It's it's a game that really commits to the aesthetic of high intensity, high adrenaline demolition derbies. Kind of brash in your face a little bit, and I like that. I like my racing games to have an identity to them. Because it's just a lot of fun. Awesome point upgrade for Derby. It's made out of metal. Yeah, it's not made out of fiberglass. It is much more durable, which is super nice. This is gonna be really fun. All right, got right up on pole. That is a very interesting name for whoever's in third. We're now fourth place. Yeah, I'm not gonna read it out loud, but you can all see that. Very interesting, because I've noticed, I found, so I did a little bit of research. They take the Steam names of the people that have played this game or do play this game, and they make them like the online. They make them your opponents in the offline races, which is really cool. But the downside is if your Steam username is a little bit sus, then it kind of stands out a little bit. But on the other hand, though, it is really cool seeing some people that I've seen like stream or play Wreckfest, like I am Benny Boy. It's cool sometimes seeing his name, because he you're not familiar. He does a lot of stuff with Ruffy1322. He does like GTA streams and stuff. And so seeing his name pop up on the roster with his vehicles is really cool as well, because it's vehicles I've seen on stream as well. So that's definitely really cool. Easy through here. my gosh, so this entire rear suspension right now is a little bit damaged, I think. It's definitely got a little bit of issues. A few minor stuffs. There we go, and across the line, easy win. Yeah, the Venom itself is a very quick car too. Not necessarily as much. It's a little bit weak on dirt because it slides a lot on dirt, but on tarmac, on full-on like road courses, it is a very good car. Very nice. It'll buff out. Yeah. As I said before, and I'll say it again, I love the fact that you don't have to pay for vehicle repairs in this game. It lets you kind of be a little bit fast and loose, be a little bit aggressive, a little bit rough with your vehicles. It was definitely a good call to not have to pay for vehicle repairs. And in a game that encourages close contact, heavy hitting, you know, demolition derby style racing, definitely a good idea. Oh boy. There we go. Got it spun back around. Just gotta put the clutch in. Oh man. That was just a little bit close. Major heavy collision there. Go through the loop again. I love the loop itself. Very fun. You don't necessarily do it as much in the online mode because on the online mode it's much more easy to get wrecked compared to when you're doing it with the regular AI opponents. But it is still very fun to do it, taking that risk. Oh, okay, someone's falling. This game deserves an area to like a pro streak. Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be really cool actually. Kind of adds a little bit to the you know, the grassroots motorsport type of aesthetic. You get to kind of hear, you know, what's going on with your other opponents as well. I think that'd be pretty. I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be a little bit difficult to implement though with like this many drivers and this many like names and everything. But maybe. Especially with like AI voices and stuff, that could be a potential. That could be a potential thing where it's at least able to read out like the different like usernames and everything, and you kind of fill it in with like username in this vehicle, you know, has flipped the vehicle. This person's out of the race. Oh wow, huge collision between username and username. It could be something that could be, you know, very useful. Have a voice actor still like lend their voice to be used for like, you know, the AI voice generation stuff and everything, and still record some of the main bass lines of, you know, the X has, you know, wrecked their car or something. But, you know, you use like, you know, use a little bit of like the AI to kind of fill in some of the blanks. So I think that's definitely some of the oof, Jeff just crashed. XXX Sniper XXX is out of the picture. Yeah, something like that. Because then, you know, see, here's the thing, in engineering and in CAD design, we've been using AI for a couple years now. If you look at generative design, especially for things like the Formula 1 car gas and brake pedals, that's mostly AI design that has had like an engineer look over and doing the you know, finite element analysis and all that stuff. But it was designed with the aid of AI, and I think, you know, people, especially like artists and voice actors and everything nowadays, are getting a little bit worried about AI, and I mean for good reasons. Obviously, no one wants to lose their job, no one wants to be, you know, obsolete. But I think the best way to use it is more so as an additional tool to help kind of ease the workload, to help kind of, you know, hey, I need to create a picture. AI can't draw hands yet, but I at least need a background. Create this background for me. And instead of wasting time doing that, then you can, you know, you have the background, and you can create the characters on the background and everything. Or at the very least, kind of give you some rough ideas, and then you can further edit it in graphic design and everything. I think that could be really, really cool. Because even generative design, it's really, really, really awesome. It's a 3-point game now. Oh wow, Nuggets came back very quickly. Sweet. That is very, very cool. All right, we're gonna try to do this in the Venom. All right, let's see. I want the flames. Yes. I want the flames. I want the flames. A little bit darker. There we go. That looks nice. Generative design and 3D printing is such a fact. Exactly. Well, that's the thing as well. We had generative design for a little while. Actually having like 3D printing and everything. Welcome Adachi-Q. Hope you're having a great day. But it was, generative design wasn't necessarily really possible without 3D printing, especially like metal 3D printing as well. Because then being able to like machine some of those components that it designs is a very, it's tricky. It is very, very, very tricky. So in our regards, you do need some level of additive manufacturing in order to get it, actually get the part that you need. Ooh, I actually like that one. That one looks nice. Oh gosh, I've got the hoods themselves look very not that great. Actually looks better with that. Okay, those are literally the same. Those are literally, they are literally the same. Okay, that's fine. Let's enter the race. But it's definitely really, really cool. And I hope people are able to kind of like better use it. Obviously, you have the people that are being a little bit annoying with it, are like, oh my gosh, this is literally going to replace artists, both in the super pro AI art design and the super anti-AI art design. But I mean, it's just a tool. It's literally just a tool. Oh gosh, that's a much heavier vehicle that we're up against, based off of the Chrysler Imperial. There's a reason those things are banned in most demolition derbies, and that's because they are basically unkillable vehicles. And the fact that we're racing against one is a little bit scary. There we go. Easy early victory. Want to make sure we stay that way. But yeah, I do hope you're doing well today at Adachi-Q. Hope everything is nice and good with you. Ooh, big jumps. Yeah, this thing. The lighter weight vehicles don't necessarily handle rough terrain as good as some of the heavier vehicles. It definitely gets just a little bit dicey over the jumps. Thankfully, this is just heat 1 of 3. It is a longer race though, so we gotta watch ourselves. We also got to brake just a little bit before that jump there, the yellow. Because if we brake afterwards, we won't be able to slow down enough for the corner. Oh, okay, Leku also had the same issue I had, where one of the jumps kind of caused us to fall off the edge there. We're going too fast. We're trying to carry too much speed through the corners. Okay, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but just look at the name Look at the name of the person in first place right now. That is a very interesting username. I'm gonna call them DK because well that's definitely something. Alright, let's keep giving them just a little bit of nudges here and there. Oh, I can't even see it, but I'll take it for being sus. Oh, is the screen itself too small? My apologies. I should probably make the screen a little bit bigger. I should probably make myself a little bit smaller or something. But yeah, no, it's super sus. Yeah, it's Dick Shooter. Bye bye, Dick Shooter. Please do not let him have a gun. I do not want to be like that one scene in RoboCop. That, and if you don't know that scene, I highly recommend you watch RoboCop. RoboCop, the original RoboCop. Such a good movie. Super underrated 80s cyberpunk action flick. Very cool. I definitely like you know, all the characters, the villains, the bad guys, the good guys, all of them. The I'd buy that for $1 guy. All of them are super, you know, charismatic and everything in RoboCop. Very cool. Highly recommend it. One of my favorites. Granted, my parents probably let me watch it a little bit too early. I was in my, you know, late childhood years. Watching some of the scenes was definitely very, would probably scar me a little bit for life. But it is a good movie nonetheless. Very cool. Highly recommend it. It's like, if you've ever seen Brave Little Toaster, oh my gosh, that movie scared the crap out of me as a kid. So many scenes just giving you the existential dread. Probably the worst one for me was the junkyard scene with the Worthless song and having all like the singing cars being sent to the crusher. That was terrifying when I was a kid. It still like gives me like the existential dread nowadays. So I'm like, oh my gosh, one of these days I too am going to be obsolete and worthless. Oh no. And it's just that one and Crunch and Munch. That one as well is a very dark song. Oh my gosh. Both of them were just like that should not be. I mean that in a kids movie. Jeez. So dark. Please tell me I'm not the only one that has watched like Brave Little Toaster and has gotten like, you know, scarred for life by it. Because, oh my word. Definitely very terrified. Oh man. Alright, nice and easy through here. Thankfully, we managed to pull out a fairly decent lead compared to the rest of the opponents. Apeto and Mr. Weedy are both a decent distance behind us. Although if we have any major issues, whee! I had to. Definitely that jump right there is absolutely terrible for your vehicle. We basically lost our entire half of our health. Ironically, there was also a Corvette in the Worthless song as well. I got my kicks on the Route 66. One sucker texting to a wedding. One step takes into a wedding. Welcome, Abigail. Hola, hola. Hope you're doing well today. Right now, we're trying to control this. Oh gosh. Okay, this car is definitely very, very damaged. It's not handling too well. How are you doing today, Tamo? Lo siento, no hable español. You're more than welcome to say that, but unfortunately I don't speak much Spanish. You are welcome though. Hopefully, you know, you do enjoy it and everything. Gracias, Vivo. Thank you. Whew. Okay, that was definitely not a good. That was definitely not a good round. We qualified at least, but yeah, that could have gone a lot better for us. Yeah, we had a little bit of issues there. We're gonna do a lot better now. Alright, let's try to get up in front of the opponents as early as possible so we can avoid the carnage. Our vehicle, it's lightweight, it's got good handling for the most part, but it definitely cannot handle too much damage. It gets broken very, very quickly. Ooh, saved it. Saved it there. Alright, there we go. Nice. Man, this is very, very tricky keeping the car nice and stable. You know, it's like older kids movies. If you're like roughly around like my age or a little bit older, a lot of them had like some like really like super dark themes to them and everything. Like even there was like a Winnie the Pooh movie as well. That was just very, very deranged, where who was having all the like the hallucinations of like the heffalumps? Was it heffalumps? Regardless, it was very, very, very terrifying. Or like, you know, when he kind of has like the out of body experience when he's asleep, it was just very, you know, like older Disney movies has like some dark sections in them. Like you had Mulan as well, where they come, you know, they're singing the girl we're fighting for, and then they come to the village, and it's just completely like, you know, destroyed and everything. And you know, you see like the little girl's doll there as well, and it's like, oh my gosh, like they are not shying away from like, you know, the carnage or anything. Or like, you know, The Incredibles having multiple on-screen deaths. Granted, The Incredibles is still nowadays one of my favorite Disney movies, and I definitely recommend it. Definitely one of my favorite Pixar movies, anyway. Yeah, no, that is very, very, very cool, very fun, but a little bit scary for younger Isaac. I gotta watch ourselves here. Gonna try to prevent too much damage to, especially the suspension of this vehicle. This track is very rough on your car, very rough on your suspension, and it's very easy to have a major incident that sends you further back in the pack. We have wrecked a few other opponents though, so we're kind of gradually taking them out. This track as well is a little bit more of a welcome Kenny. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to Wreckfest. Yeah, this is we're having a lot of fun here. Yeah, we alive, we are racing the Venom at the Dirt Devil Stadium. Oh man, this is very, very, very tricky. Trophy truck. The trophy truck itself is a very good choice for this track. Because the trophy truck itself, the big thing for the trophy truck is it's just able to handle a lot of the bumps. It doesn't have the best handling on like corners and everything, but it handles bumps really, really well. A lot of the full size and wagon vehicles really do well on this track. So things like the War Wagon or like the Road Cutter really, really, really do well. The smaller like compact cars and mid-sized vehicles don't necessarily do too good. The Trooper's not bad as well. I've driven a Trooper a little bit. That one's a fun one. Yeah, the Jeep. I wonder if there's like a livery for it to kind of make it look very very similar to like the Jurassic Park Jeeps. That'd be kind of fun. But I mean, I'm also a sucker for 80s and 90s nostalgia, so you know, I should probably, and early 2000s nostalgia as well. Basically stuff my parents, you know, had when they were young adults and teenagers, and then stuff I had when I was, you know, a kid. All of that stuff, you know, I got the nostalgia for. Jurassic Park. Yes. Gotta make sure it's, you know, you avoid the copyright. Oh man, those were super, super cool. The amount of like puppeteering work and everything that went into like the original Jurassic Park for the special effects is absolutely mind-boggling. Like that is really, really cool how they made it look, you know, at the time, you know, super, super real, and like made it like, you know, fairly terrifying movie. Oh, there we go. Minor off-course excursion there. We wanted to tour the inner section of the stadium. I got 2 laps to go. The car itself, despite its looks, is actually in mostly good condition. I want to see if we can't take out that Speedy real quick. That'd be a lot of fun. Alright, nice and easy here. Oh boy. That Speedy is surprisingly quick though. Like I'm not getting close enough to be able to even wreck it. Welcome to the stream, Sprockets. Hope you're doing well today. We're about just about ready to win this event here. Crossing the line in our Venom. The standard Venom, not the Super Venom. Whew. That vehicle does not like bumps. It's good on tarmac courses, but it is not good on the bumps. Very, very sus on the bumps. Wow. Okay, we got it. Very good. Very nice. All right. Let's see what else we can do. We have the Champion of Champions, 8 race events, and we have Lord of Chaos. Let's do the Battle Royale. Let's pick a different vehicle. I want a different vehicle, something with good durability. Let's get the Grand Duke. Grand Duke is an absolute monster in terms of its upgrades. There we go. Get these super heavy, massive, you know, armor parts on it. Oh wow. That actually already has the strongest on it. Cool. Probably use that. Get as much durability as possible. get the white wall. Get the white wall lowrider rims on it as well. Just for the extra fun. Mad Max spec. getting major. We have a couple of options here. Kind of like that actually. Yeah. We can put a big put a roof spoiler on it, chin spoiler and everything. All kinds of silliness. There we go. Where's the Bosuzoku exhaust? We can do the Bosuzoku exhaust. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And we can probably put like, you know, a goofy thing on it as well, because it's a full-on demolition derby car. Downside is a lot of these things kind of prevent you from, especially in third-person view, it makes it more difficult to see. Okay, that one's funny. I got a bone. I got a bone to pick with you. Ooh. Okay, that actually looks pretty snazzy. Yes. America. We are American and proud. USA. 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 Canada. Alright, we want to definitely stiffen everything up. Get this thing ready for absolute destruction. Let's do it. Oh, okay, we're up against some fairly heavy opponents. Thankfully though, if we go for side impact collisions, that shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. Or we go for turtle opponents like this one. They've been flipped on the back. It means the belly's exposed. I can get some extra damage there. Extra damage to the driveline. The mobile homes are probably the weakest of the bunch, followed by the big rigs. Because the big rigs are weak. Granted, they're very heavy at the front, but they're heavily. But it's very easy to get the front wheels to break off with enough head-on or front-end collisions as well. So if you can get a good side impact collision right at the front, you can really damage their wheels. Plus, second hit. One thing I miss about the updated version of Wreckfest, the next gen version, like the PS5 and everything, is all like the backfire and stuff like that would happen with the exhaust when you shift up or down. That was always super cool. You just added like another depth to like the audio design of the game, especially because it would come out of this speaker of the controller. Bonk. Alright, we're not really reaching too much speed in reverse. That speed in reverse is definitely limited. Oh, come on, we need to have another collision. There we go. Add a little bit more damage to the harvester. Another little bump. We haven't wrecked anyone yet, but we're doing a lot of damage. There we go. That's one down. Oh, you're stuck. Bonk. Nice. That's a second one. Come on. I'm stuck underneath of it. Oh, we got an Australian guy. Oh, Suzuku? Okay, yeah. So in Japan, there's a thing called Bosuzoku. It's primarily motorcycle stuff. And basically, they have like super aggressive bodywork and exhaust on their motorcycles. Basically, you know, very angular, kind of almost taken from a lot of like anime and stuff. And it's, you know, very overly exaggerated, you know, exhaust pipes, very overly exaggerated hair, you know, hairstyles. They got the big pompadours, all of that stuff. But people, I believe in the 70s, probably around like the 70s or 80s, wanted to kind of emulate the style of the Bosuzoku motorcycles on their vehicles. So they had like the big, you know, the big exhaust that kind of stick out like this. Massive, like really kind of boxy wide body kits that were emulating a lot of like the Group 4, the Group 5 cars of the time. Thought that was just janky. I mean, it's a hybrid blend. You got the Bosuzoku exhaust on an American vehicle with an American flag. Melo Anthony is time for basketball. Oh wow, how long has he been there? How long has he been playing? I do, regardless. I wish him a happy retirement. It's always very interesting whenever like a player, like a sportsman retires, because you especially like a long runner, you get so used to having them. You know, you get so used to seeing them and having them, you know, on the field or on the grid or whatever, or in the courts. And then when they're no longer there, it feels like, you know, you've kind of lost something. Like for 19 years. I mean, that is a very long career, you know, for a very intensive, very difficult on the joint sport and everything. I mean, that is very impressive. So I do wish him a happy retirement. GG. Nice. All right, so we got two more big events. We got the Lords of Chaos, and we got the Champion of Champions. I think we should do first. So we got money, and I'm gonna buy some vehicles. I'm gonna buy some Class A vehicles because I want some Class A vehicles. So let's get the Speedbird, and let's also get the Speed Demon. There we go. Add a few more vehicles to our garage. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Demolition Racing. Vehicle not eligible. And of course, right from the start, we can only pick American vehicles. So I probably should have bought another American A-class car. That's fine. Paint shop. Let's see what we have here. Enough money, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, but it's even then still. It's some people play for, you know, the love of the sport and everything. So, you know, it definitely, regardless. So it's always had to see people leave. What should we do? What kind of paint? What kind of paint should we go for? And that one doesn't work too well. Kind of like. Yeah, let's go with this one. Why not? Let's go with the darker purple. Let's go with this one, sort of a brighter blue. There we go. And which one for this? What is this one? Is this anything? That is nothing. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go for a nice sort of deep, dark blue. There we go. That looks kind of nice. That looks better, actually. Ooh. All right, let's go. Let's do a race around the Big Valley Speedway. It's gonna be a little bit interesting because we're gonna be driving an unarmored vehicle, so it's gonna be a little bit tough. So up against some fairly high performance vehicles with some very heavy armor. We just have to hope that we can kind of use some maneuverability to our advantage. Okay, actually no, these also don't have too much armor on them either. So we can survive. We can survive this one. Probably. We are on a mid-sized vehicle as opposed to a full-size or a wagon. But we're on a tarmac track, so we should be able to have good handling. And why did this default back to those regular colors? I changed it to blue and purple, right? I didn't make a mistake there, right? I say delivery. Oh well, game is like, nah, you already have too many blue and purple cars. No more. No more. Oh gosh. Alright, that is not going well for us. We're gonna have to maybe wait at the intersection for most of the collisions to happen. Or for most of the opponents to go through. Regardless, so it's gonna be tricky because everyone's gonna be all colliding in with each other. Figure eight race is always super fun for demolition derbies, especially like if they're, you know. Oh man, very tough. Gotta kind of thread the needle a little bit going through here. That's the thing as well. I love the longer demolition races as well because you get to see the carnage actually unfold. In the earlier events, it takes a little bit before nothing really happens because this field doesn't get spread out enough. Now that the field is like really spread out, you're gonna really see more and more vehicles littering the track. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be nice. Alright. Gotta kind of thread the needle through most of the opponents that are having issues here. They're not exactly having the best of days. We're definitely having some good battles here. So far, we outside of the first couple of laps, no major collisions. And I want to make sure it stays that way. Keep ourselves nice and clean. Especially because everyone else right now seems to be wrecking themselves. Oh gosh. Alright, never mind. That definitely had some issues there. The entire rear of our car is basically gone. And you can tell it already is a little bit wounded. Well, yep, pretty much. Oh gosh, you can even see you can even see inside. Hang on, does this game have a photo mode? It does have a photo mode. Alright, player names. Where does I want the free camera so I can actually take a picture. Okay, well, regardless, I'll have to figure out how that works. Because if you look at our driver, his helmet looks a little bit squish. He looks a little bit. It looks like he's not having a fun time. He's having a very rough time. That looks like a French car. Disqualified. It's not an American car. Oh my gosh, are we actually gonna wreck her? Are we actually gonna get wrecked? We may be at risk of getting wrecked here. We went from nearly full health to almost wrecked in 2 laps. 3 laps. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. Come on. Okay. Oh, so many collisions. Come on, Sword of Grim. I need Sword of Grim to wreck. I need them to have some major issues. Alright, they're down to 1 second. Thankfully, with all the collisions that happened there. Jeez, we're all so damaged we can't even damage each other. Everything is just. We're now having a bit more of a calm though, which is good. So hopefully, we can get through this without wrecking. Just one more crossover to do. And we just gotta hope we don't get dive bombed because we are. Oh my gosh, super scary. Oh man. Nice. Oh man. That's good. That's good. That was close. That was so close. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see what else we can do. We can do the super venom on the oval. This will be very, very nice. You use this on the tarmac. We should be good. Shouldn't have any issues here because there's no crossovers, no need to worry about side impacts. So we can just do some slight, you know, tippy taps. Some minor collisions. I do like the racing style livery on this. It reminds me almost of like the Group 5 C3 Corvettes, which is really cool. And man, this thing grips for days. Like this is a very nice vehicle. Just a slight graze on the brakes as we come around the corners. Already have some people into the walls. Just gotta run a slight high line. Maybe have some light tippy taps at Redonkulous. Put them into the wall just a little bit. Oh, they wrecked themselves. That'll be fun. That'll be fun having them deal with the collisions and everything. We have lost a rear spoiler though. Actually, it's kind of nice with the rear spoiler. The Novo livery. Yeah, it'll basically like the King Dynaco strip weathers. Now this is super. I like the blue coloring. I like the very you know the wide body on it. This is a really cool car. It's just a shame that it's overpowered in the tarmac races. It is very OP. So I try not to use like this type of stuff online, or even regularly when I stream because, you know, this for the most part the game has decent balance. There's always a few vehicles that are just a little bit overpowered compared to everything else, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, this is nice though, just a slight drift all the way around. Just a little bit of a slip angle. Absolutely shredding these tires. We're putting massive amounts of rubber on the oval as we're going around it. So many cars just sliding around it at once. Massive cloud of tire smoke. Massive amounts of burnt rubber smell. It's the best smell. Burnouts are the breakfast of champions. Drifts are the lunch of champions. And a good amount of slip angle is a nice afternoon snack of champions. Whee! Just going through. In real life though, this would absolutely tear up your tires so much. You'd have worn tires by the end of the you'd be sliding all over the place by the end of the race because you not only wear down most of the actual traction part of the tires, but you would like overheat them massively and they get super oily, super greasy as you're going through it. Most of the time, you want to kind of do the slipping and sliding on like dirt tracks and everything because of you already have a lack of traction and a massive amount of power, and you want to carry as much speed as you can through the corners. And that's usually what drifting's actually for, is when you don't have a whole lot of traction. Ooh, got a little bit too greedy with the throttle there. That's fine. Only a few people have wrecked out so far. Yeah, the oval race is a little bit easier to kind of avoid major carnage on. Had a little bit there, but not too much. I'd love to see like a 50-lap race on one of the oval tracks to see if anyone actually survives that. It would definitely be interesting to see what kind of, you know, what kind of strategies they'd be at play there. Oh boy. Especially as more and more wrecked vehicles kind of litter the track as well. It definitely makes things just a little bit difficult. Alright, let's continue on to the next one. Alright. Another oval, but I want to change vehicles. I want to keep it nice. There we go. Wouldn't let me change. Whoa, hang on a second. Look at this. You see in the bottom. It's the blue coloring, but here it's standard coloring. Interesting. Let's do the drag slayer. We haven't done that one in a while. Let's use the drag slayer. Big, massive V8 engine sticking out of it. This should be very fun. This one based off of the Road Slayer as well. Mega power. Not the best handling though. Our car likes to understeer a lot. Get a bunch of derby cars, add self-driving tech with Wreckfest AI, Chaos Profit. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun as well. Is doing, you know, the self-driving vehicle derby. That'd be kind of interesting though, is because the AI would need to have a good idea as to, you know, at what state their vehicle is in, you know, if anything is damaged and everything. And that's kind of like the human element. Humans are able to process massive amounts of information, like not necessarily numbers, but like other information, you know, sight, sound, smell, and it would come to conclusions, whereas computers can only really process numbers very quickly. So it definitely makes it much more difficult to have, you know, a self-driving derby car. But it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to see how it does. Keep them silly collector racing. Yeah, you just have a whole bunch of. Oh, definitely make derby racing safer. For the most part, though, you know, derby racing is, you know, there's a lot of rules and regulations to prevent it from being too dangerous. You know, proper roll cages, you know, fire suits and everything. No hitting on a driver's side door. So it does make it reasonably safe. Like they are racing in fairly safe conditions. But yeah, it does make it a little bit difficult. It'll be fun though doing AI demo derby. Little nudge there. And whole bunch of tarmac oval racing. Whole bunch of tarmac racing in general. That's the thing. I'd love to do like Wreckfest. Like once we complete career mode, it'd be kind of fun to do like online like Wreckfest championships if we can get a large enough group of people involved. Have them do that. Maybe move that to like Sundays. Make Mondays the Car Mechanic Simulator stream game thing. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe do like an alternating thing where every other, like 1 week it's Wreckfest and next week's Car Mechanic Simulator. Either or. It'd be kind of cool to do like a 20 where you do like specific challenges. Like one it can be, you know, like a 5-race series where you're only in like, you know, the Class C lawnmowers, and it's entirely on like, you know, dirt tracks and everything. Call it like the Mower Masters or something. And you kind of do like, you know, like super specific challenges for that. Or another one you have, you know, only B class European cars, or like a small select like front wheel drive cars for like the folk race or something. And that way it kind of encourages people to try out like different vehicles, and it prevents people from only using like the super meta cars and everything. I think that would be kind of a cool thing to do. Granted, you kind of need like a Discord server, and like, you know, or you kind of need to kind of like, you know, have a lot of planning, a lot of people involved in that want to take part consistently. Every other week. That would be a lot of fun, I think. All right, we got race at Hilltop Stadium, figure 8. Let's use the Bandit Ripper because that one's a bit more durable. It's got some good durability to it. That's 4.9. That's decent enough that you can, you know, you can manage with it. Plus, I mean, like, it looks the part. Actual Mad Max looking derby vehicle. Very, very cool. Very nice. Alright, little bit of a bump there. Try to avoid the inside barriers, because despite looking soft, they are very, very, very hard. They do not handle well, collisions too well. Oh, big pile up in that corner. Oh, big pile up here too. Oh boy. Okay. We need to get out of the mid-pack. We need to get out of the mid-pack like now. Because this is very, very tricky. Alright, easy bonk. Slight little tap of the wall. Come on. Okay. Oh, major collision there. They're gonna have a bad time. Oh, come on, we need to get just a little bit further ahead. Right now we're having lots of issues on corner exits. Oh, we're falling down the pack as well. That's a downside. It's a little bit difficult to race within the pack. On this track, it is a little bit difficult because there's a lot of places your car gets caught up on, and you get caught up in other people's collisions like that. Come on. Alright, our rival is just up ahead. We got someone right in our inside corner panel though. We gotta be very careful. There we go, big hit there. We want to take a rival route. At the very least, we want to cause a little bit of chaos so the field spreads out more. And that hopefully the opponents, hopefully those in the lead can kind of have some minor issues. Although right now the VX97 very far into the lead. We keep getting spun around on the corner exits. I'm trying my best to keep the car stable. Although we're slowly making a comeback. We do need to gain some time on the corners though. That's where we're losing the most time. We're gaining some time on the straights. But the corners are definitely... Okay. This is not going well for us. Right now, it looks like Boggy Boggy, VX has gotten really close. The Boggy is miles ahead. Downside is VX has not had any major collisions. I want to change that. Yoshi is also fairly far ahead. Come on, I need them to wreck. I need them to have some collisions. I need them to make some mistakes. We've kind of broken away from the rest of the pack. So let's try to run some clean laps now. Oh man, this is a little bit tricky though. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. Boggy is slowly being reeled in. It looks like Yoshi just in front of us. Again, more and more collisions with other opponents. Alright, looks like Boggy's gone now. That's good. It's now just Yoshi. Yoshi just needs to wreck. But we need to catch them up. There's a lot of vehicles littering the track. And we're adding more to the field. So hopefully that could cause a slowdown for Yoshi. I see them just up ahead. We are reeling them in again. Man, this is a high pressure situation. I want to win this event. Trying to keep this car nice and smooth through the corners. Trying to avoid spinning, despite the fact that the suspension is damaged. Ah! Are you kidding me? Alright, well, they're out of commission for a little bit. Yoshi still is way too far ahead, though. I'm hoping potentially we can cause... There we go. Nope. Okay, that definitely didn't go the way we wanted. Ah! This car, that's not exactly the best handling. Very slidey. And it does not react well to being hit. Okay, let's try to get back up into the front. Try to cause a little bit of chaos with some of these faster drivers as well. Put them into the wall, spread out the field so that more of them can take each other out. Come on. Come on. There we go. Already. Let's hit Redonkulous again. Put them into the wall. We're just anyone that gets in front of us, they're getting put into the wall. We can't afford to be clean here. We gotta really kind of wreck them up. And try not to wreck ourselves up as well. That's gonna also be the big thing as well. Is basically we want to make sure we wreck many other people whilst not wrecking ourselves. First through third is just up ahead. Very close pack racing. Some minor collisions there. I see Yoshi. Okay. That did not go well for us. Oh Oh, so many cars. We're back up in the pack. Let's try to get out of the pack again. Try to keep steadily damaging the opposition. Ooh, there we go. That's a big hit into the wall. Okay. We also want to try to reel in sort of Grim. That way they're not racing on their own there and maintaining their vehicle. Although as the field kind of continues to wreck themselves. Oh, there goes sort of Grim. Okay, get out of my way. Oh boy, oh boy. This one's a tricky one. Because the opponents are approaching at some very quick speeds. You can't really wall ride like you can at the other one. And the corners themselves are almost diamond cuts. So you gotta run up high and then come down low. Come on. Easy. These two are nearly in perfect condition, especially Halmar. We can't do a collision there. Keep trying to dive bomb them on there so we can at least wreck them. Because they're in a much faster vehicle. Alright. Getting bullied. Come on. Karma attacks again in the same turn. Pretty much. Wreckfest is definitely a game. Wreckfest is definitely a game of karma. And man, we're having lots of difficulty with this. I picked the wrong vehicle for this one. Way too slidey. A little bit too much power compared to the grip. I should have gone with the road cutter. Road cutter's a little bit better. Although we are catching up with other opponents. Let's get Yoshi up into the wall there. There we go. Push them a little bit wide. There we go. Big collision. Have fun dealing with the rest of the pack behind us. Oh boy. Oh, very close. Very close there. Very, very, very dicey. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Alright, some minor collisions there. That's 2 more down. Alright, half the field is gone. Quite a few more bouts. Good ways the way done as well. But we only have 2 laps left. Let's put you... If we can, put you right into another wrecked vehicle. Get out of here. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you, Yoshi. I'm going to leave you in the pit like Mario. Oh, there we go. Yoshi's gone. Yoshi has been heavily damaged at the crossover. Good, 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 good. So good. Final lap. Here we go. This has definitely been a tricky one. Ooh, hi there. Okay, all right. Very cool, very nice. No collision there. I could have easily T-boned them, but they were a little bit crafty, getting out of the way. Very smart AI. Oh man, that one was so tough. That one was definitely tricky. Okay. Got a different one here. Let's do... Road Slayer's got decent durability as well. Let's do the Road Slayer for this one. Not as much power, but it should have some really, really good handling. We should be fine. For the first time in NBA history, they're going to... Did they win? Hey, GG! GG. Well done. Well done. Well done, Denver. That's gotta be... they've gotta be super, super excited. The fact that they're going to the finals. Wow. Nice job. That is super cool. So that is one fewer team now that has never been to the finals. Maybe if they're lucky at the end of the year, there can be one fewer team that has never won a championship. That would be pretty cool. Oh boy, easy there, easy there. Lot of American vehicles. Oh, big collision! I see my life flashing before my eyes there. Wow. Definitely a little bit terrifying going through there. Bonk. Get you a little bit bonked. Okay. Doing good so far. Although we're absolutely shredding these tires on these turns. You see every car just like full drifting. Basically doing like a tandem through these turns. Smoke trailing behind them. Which is really cool to see. Alright, doing well so far, keep it going, keep it going. Nice 6-speed transmission. Big heavy hit there. Get out of here. Ow. Okay, that one was not supposed to be as, that hit was not supposed to be heavy. You want to hit on the side, not necessarily the front. Definitely go for the side impacts. The cars are definitely weaker armor on the sides, as opposed to a front and rear collision. And now we wait. Now we can gradually watch more and more of the field drop like flies. We started the chain reaction of more and more opponents getting caught up in wrecked vehicles. We'll have to see if maybe we can have this race go and fully be the last person standing. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be tough. We'll have to capitalize on any opponents that kind of got spun around without, you know, going for head-on collisions ourselves. Definitely want to avoid that. Oh boy, this is gonna be dicey. Alright, so far no new opponents that have wrecked, though this is going to get quickly. The field is spreading out. More and more opponents are going to be coming at each other head on. It's gonna get dicey. It's gonna get very dicey very shortly. Oh my gosh, there is actually someone named Jeff. My name Jeff. Jeff has managed to survive so far. Still in last place for those in the running. The absolute madman Jeff. Can I survive? Can I survive the full race? Can the absolute Giga Chad Jeff survive the full race here? I don't know. Maybe. We will have to wait and see. getting a little bit dicey going through there. Don't. There we go. We have heavily damaged them. We've gotten them all caught up in a whole bunch of issues. Shouldn't be long before they wreck themselves. There'll be another vehicle that causes some chaos. Although we need to watch ourselves. We've lost most of our front armor, so any head-on collision is going to hurt like a fire trucker. A little bit of e-brake there, get the cars turned around. No, Jeff! Jeff wrecked. Not Jeff. We at least got someone else down. Someone else is out of the running. Very, very cool. Only 7 remain and we're only halfway done. I think we may be the last person standing. His name was Jeff. Rest in peace, Jeff. Press F to Jeff. Oh, poor Jeff. Like, yeah, but other silly things like Riptide. Oh gosh. Or the Exile. And then you have another opponent. It's just Jeff. Just Jeff. Head empty, only Jeff. I want to try to cause... Oh gosh, that should have been much worse than it actually was. Oh boy, we're missing shifts. we're having some transmission issues. The brakes are dragging. The suspension is all out of alignment. Our engine is sputtering and backfiring. Our transmission is missing shifts. That's not good. Ooh, you had a little bit of a collision there. You had a little bit of an ouchie. Let's go around the other way. Let's put you into the wall. There we go. Just to really add to the chaos, really add to... Ooh, close call there. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely continue to put the X out into the wall. We can afford a little bit of damage. Maybe. Although right now our poor engine is absolutely toast. Alright, I want to do something stupid, but I want to try to put them into the other opponents when they come in the opposite direction. Maybe see if I can't kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Because right now we don't have nearly enough armor to really do a lot of damage either. Like, we can spin them out, we can be annoying. But right now we don't really have the ability to do a whole lot to them. If we put them there though, they might have a minor collision, and they might wreck each other. Keep looking at busted cars. I mean, yeah, this is definitely a very busted vehicle. You know it's bad when the shifting itself is very, very sluggish. Insurance claims, people hate them. Wreckfest. Yeah, that's the thing. We're able to repair our cars perfectly fine after each and every race. In real life, that's not always the case. Sometimes the vehicle is just permanently damaged or damaged beyond full repair. And you have to find another like junkyard vehicle. That's what oftentimes, like, you know, you don't really spend a whole lot of money on demo derby cars because it gets very, you know, it's very easy for them to get completely wrecked. That's also why nowadays things like, you know, the Dodge Neon, you know, the Chevy Cavalier and those like early 2000s like Econo boxes, they actually become very, very popular, not only in grassroots motorsports but also in like later front-wheel drive demolition derbies, because one, they're so cheap, and two, they're so plentiful in the in like junkyards that you can find them without too much issue. You can find parts as well to maybe keep yours running for just a little bit longer. So it's really, really cool seeing like the different divisions in demolition derby as well. Alright, we need to go a little bit faster. Our vehicle is having issues. There we go. Kind of spin to exile, cause a little bit of issues there. Oh, we can wreck. We can wreck tradable. There we go. That's another one down. Got 1.5 laps left. Can we wreck to exile? It's gonna be a tough one, because our car is heavily damaged too. Oh, that was not smart. That was not smart. We are at critical damage. 24 hours of lemons is good for that too. Yes, those vehicles. So them, it's granted, I don't know if they changed it recently due to like inflation and stuff, but it was like you can only spend like $500 or like $1,500 on a car, and that was all you can spend on it. So you can't like super modify or anything like that. You basically just had to really kind of like use your engineering prowess and your mechanical knowledge in order to get a vehicle working. But that is very, very cool as well. And again, you see, it's weird. The Chevy Cavalier, well known for not necessarily having the best reliability, for like a lot of like electronics and other like creature comfort stuff, the engine itself is fairly durable. So while they weren't necessarily, they were seen as very, you know, junky cars in terms of actual commuter cars, they're surprisingly commonplace in grassroots motorsport. Same with the Dodge Neon. Despite the issues with the transmission and everything, you see them out in motorsport as well. Very, very cool. Very, very cool vehicles, both of them. It's nice that they found a different life. Alright, Big Valley Speedway, the big oval. Ooh, big oval, big oval. Do the road cutter. I haven't done the road cutter yet. Let's do the road cutter. Reach some real high speeds here. Come on. Nice and easy. Oh, I definitely the gear razor set too low. I forgot this is only a 4-speed car. Granted, it's a very good handling, very high performance 4-speed car. We're gonna have just a little bit of issues going around the big oval here. Gonna be bouncing off the rev limiter just a little bit. Valves are gonna be floating. Oh boy. Okay, we got this. We got this. We're gonna make sure we got this. Right now, though, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. Okay. Nice. I do. It is compared to the previous tracks. The ovals are definitely the most calm of the bunch. They definitely keep things nice and relaxed a bit, because there isn't, you know, you don't have to worry about cross traffic or head-on collisions or anything too much. So you can cause just a little bit more chaos just by like rear-ending and T-boning opponents like that, and not have to worry about, you know, conserving your vehicle as much. You can kind of spin your vehicles around, put them into the wall, all kinds of stuff. You can be a little bit more rough compared to the figure eights, where you really want to conserve your vehicle, because the figure eights, oh my gosh, those things, you could lose half your health in an instant, and it's tricky. Oh boy. Easy. Oh, hi there. You had an issue. Okay, 3 more laps to go. Keep pushing. Yeah, that's a wrecked vehicle. They're not even trying to get out of the way. Steadily lap some of the opponents. The quick laps make this very, very fun as well, because you get to see how the other opponents are doing. You get to kind of put them into the wall. You get to really kind of interfere with the back markers races without it affecting you too much. Ooh, big damage. Big damage. Oh, that's a wrecked car. That's a wrecked car. That's gonna cause issues. We're having issues. He's having even more issues. So many issues. Okay, there's the finish. Alright, good. That was a nice, relaxing one. Nice. Okay. Whew. That's good. Nice. Okay, we've completed the World Masters. We have completed the main career mode. We'll probably continue to play this a little bit more, doing some like online stuff next stream, completing the rest of the World Masters events, including like, you know, the Poker Racing series and all of that. But we got the main career mode is complete. Nice. Out of curiosity, well, we have a decent amount of fame. Very relaxing, Lacey says, as everyone is flipping. Well, see, that's everyone else's problem. That's not our problem. That is their problem to do. Oh man, this is nice though. Oh, we should get the Star Beast. Oh, the Speedbird GT. That'd be a good one to get. Get that purchased. There's so many vehicles to purchase for the fame store. You need to kind of grind that out a little bit. Basically do all like the daily objectives and everything and just hope for the best. But man. Alright, I'm probably going to be ending the stream here. It is getting a little bit late here on the East Coast. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, Carmageddon car. Yeah, there was the Carmageddon car as well in there, because that was from the Carmageddon pack. It's an interesting vehicle. Not the best in terms of performance, but it is kind of fun to drive. But yeah, no, it is pretty good. Thanks for the stream. Have a good rest. Thank you, Adetchiku. I appreciate it as well. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe, but let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. That being said, I've been Isaac Umbras, so wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, may be a great time. And hope to see you on the next stream. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye!